What's up, guys? Today we're going to break down how we converted a Blackpiller and changed the mind of a guy who thought that he was literally too ugly for Tinder. Did you guys know that according to YouTube analytics, over 70% of the people who watch our videos have not subscribed to the channel? So before we get into this video, I want all of you guys to hit the subscribe button and comment below, I subscribed, and we will do our best to personally respond to every single comment. All right, so as some of you guys may remember, about 3 months ago, I did a video about a guy who thought that he was literally too ugly for Tinder. And the whole thing began with a comment on one of my YouTube videos. And he said this: I gotta agree with Reed Waffles. I have very good quality photos. I'm an engineer who travels the world, have above average incomes. I hit the gym 5-6 times per week. I have a six-pack and some decent amount of muscles, yet nothing matters if you don't have a face to match. I even do cold approach with high dose of confidence. I got some results, but nowhere near some really good looking guys. So your face is what dictates your success with a girl, and online game is a dead end. Even if I got matches, usually they're not that good looking girls. They're just here for validation. No, being in Eastern Europe won't help neither. I'm from here and women are the same as everywhere. So you can see this guy is, even though he may not consider himself Blackpill, like he's speaking some Blackpill philosophy, he's convinced that his face is not good enough for dating apps and women in general. So when I saw this post, I was like, what the fuck? First of all, this guy lives in Eastern Europe where things are a lot easier. And second of all, like in that picture, he looks decent. I mean, he's not like a male model, but he's certainly not too ugly for Tinder. So I took personal interest in this guy and I replied to the comment. We emailed back and forth. I was like, yo, dude, send me your profile photos. Let me take a look. And then I did a video on him. So this was the video. It was called Great Tinder Profile, but still no matches. That's what you're doing wrong. And the big issue he had is that all his photos were superposed. Like he was a decent looking guy. I would say probably same sexual market value as me, like around a 6 or 7, right? But his photos were really post. They were all posts. And if you guys want to see exactly what his original profile was, then go to the original videos. You can see in the link here. But so, okay. So a few weeks ago, I got an email from him and he gave me an update. Honestly, I sort of forgot about this guy. And he started telling me that, yo, man, I started finally seeing some real good results. I was like, oh shit, this is interesting. So we talked back and forth and he sent me a screenshot of his current profile. So let's take a look at that. So this profile is a lot better than his previous profile and you guys can see the difference. First of all, the first photo is just, it's not that posed. It looks a little bit more natural. The second photo also looks more natural. Third photo is the same. Fourth photo looks more natural. Then he has an activity photo in there. So while his SMV is the same, it hasn't changed, right? His photos look on average a lot more natural. There's a lot more of a natural profile, looks a lot less post. So you would expect him to get better results. And he did. He sent me a screenshot of his Bumble and he has 772 likes in the queue. These are girls that he hasn't even liked yet. He has a total of 851 matches. And I'm assuming this is in the last 2 months since the first video came out. So he went from getting close to 0 matches to getting hundreds of matches. So this is a drastic fucking difference. Now, the one important confounding factor that I want to mention in here is that another issue he had is that he had his settings set all wrong. So he told me in the follow-up email that he used to have his age settings set 18 to 28, which you may think is fine, but the issue is that he's 37. So the problem is that a lot of the girls that he was, trying to get, they weren't even seeing his profile because a lot of the younger chicks have their age set like 18 to 29. So he wasn't even showing up for them. Now, I don't care if he has the face of Brad Pitt. If the girl is not able to see his profile, it's not going to make a difference. So what he did is he also changed his settings from 18 to 29 to like 18 and 40. He opened it up so that it includes girls his age. And that, with the combination of photos that look a lot more natural, drastically transformed his results. So this is just fascinating because you have a guy who was convinced that his face was too ugly for dating apps and dating in general. He was convinced that that was the problem. He just fell for the Blackpill philosophy, hook, line, and sinker, right? And then he's just completely changed his mind because he's like, holy shit, I went from getting like no results to getting a shitload of results. Now, I'm not sure if he's actually been banging these girls, but at the very least, he's getting a shitload more matches, and that's what it starts with. So again, just making those changes, getting photos that weren't posed, that look a lot more natural, with a combination of not having your settings set to something retarded, that is what made a drastic difference. Now, if you're thinking, if this guy wants, and I told him this, if he wants to get those younger girls, then he's going to have to, unfortunately, lie about his age. You have to set his age to 31, 32 so that he actually shows up for them, or he's just going to go for girls his own age, which is fine. Now, I think his main motivation for going for younger girls was that he was under the impression that chicks his age weren't down to have casual sex. And I corrected him, like, dude, that's completely wrong. The issue is probably with your texting, how you're presenting yourself, not with the fact that they're that age. Because I can tell you, I've hooked up with plenty of girls in that age range, and there are chicks in your age range who are DTF. So I think, again, making these adjustments just made a drastic difference, and we saved one more black pillar. So in conclusion, the point of this video is not to say that the black pill idea that looks are important is completely dead wrong. No, looks are important, but they're not everything. And quite often you have a situation where the guy's decent looking, but he's convinced that he's just too ugly to succeed with women, or too ugly for dating apps at least, right? Because he believes in this philosophy that you have to be like a Giga Chad to be successful on dating apps. But in reality, the issue is not actually his looks. The issue is either his photos or something as simple and trivial as his settings. And once he changes that, he completely does a shift in his mind. He's like, holy shit, this is actually possible. So hopefully this video is inspirational and motivational to guys that think that there's no hope for them. No, quite often there is hope. Unless you're horribly deformed, chances are you can probably get results, at least some level of results, by making optimizations to your profile. Anyway, show us that you're not a black pillar by smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and show us that you're not too ugly for Tinder either by hitting the bell for notification. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.